Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Lawfolds. This is episode number 18, and we just basically finished up our corn harvest here on this particular field number 28, and our tipper is full. So we're going to head down and go ahead and dump this and in our silo, and then come back and basically park the combine and I think go ahead and fertilize field number 28 and get an AI worker to plow that. And I think we may go and actually sell a little bit of grain, maybe some soybeans. I think soybeans has a fairly decent price, and we've got a buyer that is just basically itching to get their hands on some of that. I'll just have to double check to make sure that it was in fact soybeans that we were talking about. But go ahead and dump this load of corn in, and we need to empty the harvester because I couldn't get everything in the harvester in this tipper. So not a problem. Hope you all are having a wonderful week. Um, if your week is like most of my weeks, they tend to go by really quick. And it seems like well, I say that, and then I'm going to contradict myself because I'm going to say actually it's the weekends that tend to go by much quicker than the work week itself. The work week can tend to kind of drone on, um, but it just, I don't know, time does tend to seem like it's going at a pretty fast clip. I mean, uh, who'd have thunk that we'd already, it feels like we're already actually, we already are in mid-February, but it just seems like just yesterday it was the holidays, and we were celebrating Christmas and New Year and all of that stuff. So I guess as we tend to get older, the time just, I guess, kind of keeps marching on, and sometimes it moves a little faster than what we want it to. But obviously, you don't tune into my episodes to hear me talk about time, especially considering that the episode that you watched just yesterday about Colborough Park Farm, I spent a lot of time talking about Valentine's. Um, but hey, um, you guys, I think a lot of you guys are enjoying. Hopefully, you're enjoying. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to. As I need to get my camera spun around here, I don't want to assume anything. And then let's see. So what are we going to need to do? I think we're just going to park this guy right here for right now. So we need to run over there and get our combine put away. Um, but anyway, I know many of you have commented on the fact that you enjoy some of the personal stories and stuff that I have shared with you because I do this for multiple reasons. Trust me, I could find better things to do. Well, not really better things to do. That's the wrong. Forget I said that. If it were, this is not about me being um, ego or anything like that. Doing YouTube, it really is about sharing. It really is um, about helping even and learning things along the way. And so, if it were simply just about, my ego or whatever, I could probably think of better things to do. Um, but with my time, but it really is about, helping you all and having fun at the same time. I mean, sort of the way I figure it is if I'm going to, if I'm going to be playing farm sim type games, then I might as well have fun as well. And it really is fun. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mean to to say otherwise. It is something I immensely enjoy this game. I mean, I've got, I don't know how many hours I have in 17. I had over 715 in about, I guess, a little over a year and a half maybe of gameplay. And so let's go over to the far side and work our way back over this direction. I guess I should have probably just done a headland down this way. We are applying, we're going to apply granular fertilizer to this field just, well, because A, we can, and I suppose B, it will need to be done. I'm not 100% sure which fields we're going to plant for winter wheat or barley or anything like that. Let's well, anyway, hope you all are having a wonderful week, and we'll just grab a screenshot here. Gotta remember to get those. A couple of episodes last week, I failed to get those, and it's a lot for those of you who do YouTube videos. You, I'm sure, will agree with me that it's a lot easier to grab those thumbnails during the course of the gameplay than it is to realize that you forgot them and either have to go back and set something back up just to stage the thumbnail, or I keep forgetting that I mapped a key to lock the GPS in, or to try to grab video footage, and of course the especially if I don't have my HUDs hidden. So why don't I just go ahead and do that? Get back in the habit of trying to give you guys more to look at rather than those HUDs on the screen. If I'm doing it in full screen like this without the HUDs, it's fairly easy to do a snapshot from the video itself. My editing software that I use has that functionality where, if I'm recording along and I'm doing like this, and if I want to take that snapshot, I can. But obviously, if I don't have my HUDs hidden, then it makes it just a little bit harder to do that. Now, one thing I mentioned in the previous episode that you watched of Coleborough Park Farm yesterday was I talked about the fact that at one point in time or another, we're probably anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks away from the release, the sort of the preview release, the version that has that those of us that supported Cattle and Crops in the crowdfunding function will have access to the game. I know you guys are going to want to see that, and I want to bring it to you just as much as you want to see it. Trust me, I've been looking forward to Cattle and Crops since the moment that I heard about it, because unlike some of the others that we have heard about, like Pure Farming and Pro Pharmer, I think was the one that I think has really let a lot of people down. But Cattle and Crops, I thought, I felt, I sensed, dare I say, even believed that this would be the game changer, that this would be the agricultural based simulation game that would completely blow our socks off from a realism perspective, from an immersion perspective, from all of those good things that we sort of want and desire in an agricultural based simulation game. And so obviously I've been looking forward to that for quite some time, and I know many of you have as well. And so I want to bring it to you as much as you want to see it. And so having said that, right now I'm releasing 6 videos a week on 6 days a week. Sometimes if I find a mod that I think that you guys want to know about, need to know about, if I feel that I can deliver that information to you in around 5 minutes or so, I do the mod reviews. But a lot of times that's sort of a second video that you get access to, if you will. I used to release those sort of by themselves, but anyway. Ooh, hang on. Sorry about that. Hope nobody got sick with that. Anyway, so 6 days a week, 6 videos a week, usually 3 Colborough Park Farm, 3 Lawfolds is kind of the way that I've been doing that. So let me just sort of back up here and maybe I'll just kind of freehand this. So I want to bring cattle and crops to you. I don't think that cattle and crops, obviously, this is just a preview release, sort of a beta release, sort of a, just sort of an appreciation from the developers of cattle and crops to give early access to those that supported the game. And so the functionality, we're pretty sure, is not going to be, as robust as what we would expect it to be in the fall when it comes out for real, for good. The first official release of it. So I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't know what I don't know. So I don't know if it will be, solid enough and there'll be enough to do a sort of a mini Let's Play. But I don't know if it's going to be enough to justify 3 episodes a week. I'm not going to give up on Farm Sim 17. At least I don't think so, because I don't believe that cattle and crops that we're going to basically see in 2 to 6 weeks from now, thereabouts, is going to be the game that's going to immediately replace Farm Sim 17. That might be the story in the fall. It's possible that in the fall time frame, cattle and crops is robust enough, there's enough variety in maps and mods and in-game equipment and everything that we may find ourselves wanting to sort of venture that direction, and it be something that might be similar to when Farm Sim 15 came out. I mean, when 17 came out for me, I stopped playing. When 17 came out for me, I stopped playing 15. It was pretty much a no-brainer decision for me to do that. When cattle and crops comes out in the fall, I don't know if that's going to be the case. We'll just have to see. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the case in the spring. I'm pretty sure that we will do both. And it may not even be, there may not even be really enough to do, more than 1 or 2 videos a week of cattle and crops. Again, I don't know what I don't know, and really until the release or until more information is known, then I really don't know what sort of expectations to set for you. But probably before we even get to the release of cattle and crops, especially if it's more on the closer to the 6-week mark, which would be the end of March, I'm sure that we're going to be done with these 2 maps, with Colborough Park Farm and with Lawfolds. And unfortunately, and I do apologize for this, it's just the way it happened, and I'm just not going to worry about it. Hopefully you guys aren't upset about it, but the maps are pretty much almost in lockstep with each other, and I'm just trying my best to make sure that we do different things or use different equipment. I mean, we're spreading manure on Colborough Park Farm. We're not really doing that here because we don't have any animals that produce manure that we can use. yet, and so I am trying to keep things as unique as possible between the two, but I also realize that I don't have a lot of control of that. So I need to bring up my HUDs here because I need to see this, and I need to get my mouse back. Now, one thing I could use some folks' help with, maybe Mike, if you're watching, if you know anything about this, if you've got some information to share, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a moment. And it's something that actually Icelandic Pharmer talked about it in an episode a while ago, but I never noticed this until I updated Courseplay to the version that I'm running right now, which is 7.1, so 5.01.71, and this is latest and greatest as of I think the 10th of February or so. And so let's see, we'll go ahead and unfold the plow, and I don't know where his course is. He's going to do his thing, but there's this little red steering wheel over here that appears, and when it does that, and if I'm not using Courseplay, it practically makes the tractor almost difficult to drive. And what I end up having to do is I end up having to basically save the map progress, and then restart restart the map, restart the game. And again, I'm not sure what causes it, and it doesn't appear. I don't it's not appearing here, but it would normally. So anyway, if anyone knows how to basically get rid of that, basically tell it to stop. If there's a key combination, or I don't know if there's something in Courseplay. I didn't see anything um, that would lead me down that path to believe that it was something that could be turned off within Courseplay. But anyway, if you know, post it down in the comments, and if you completely don't know what I'm talking about, then I will try to get a screenshot of it and post it on PCSG or Three Dudes or both, or whatever. So anyway, so this gal is going to do this for us, and I realize I could have done a better job positioning the tractor, but it's okay. We'll fix that, or not even worry about it. And let's head back over to the main barn. And as I said, I think we're going to sell something. I don't know 100% certain what we're going to sell. And one of the reasons why I use Courseplay is because it's available. And B, it's a huge time saver for me because, as I've said before, and I know folks that do YouTube videos know this as well, that there's a lot of work that goes in off camera in positioning, setting up scenes, and doing things. Oftentimes I'll spend 30 minutes doing harvesting or sowing a field, and then I'll say, okay, I'm going to do the rest of it off camera. Well, I do the rest of it off camera. I mean, there's no magic thing that I can do to make the field appear with seeds planted in it. And um, so using Courseplay helps, but also this is the first time I've used Courseplay with any degree of depth since the 1.4 patch hit. So I'm kind of wanting to see if, and I'm wanting to go here actually. So let's see what soybeans. We don't have enough soybeans. I was looking at this thinking that was 54,000 liters of soybeans. So actually, perhaps it was corn. So we sort of defeated the purpose by emptying that corn into our silo. And then now we're going to do it again. But let's go ahead and sell our corn. Might as well. Or at least one load of it, whatever we have time for. We'll just go ahead and do a quick save there just to make sure that we don't have any problems. The game 1.4 is running very, very steady. I don't have any problems at all with with it. I You saw in the Monday's edition of Colbro Park Farm that I briefly used the AI vehicle extension mod and saw some issues um, with FPS drops. I also said that, well, I had taken a Windows 10 update. Windows 10, by the way, this last Windows 10 update caused me a lot of gray hair on the top of my head, and um, and yeah, I'm very fortunate that I've got hair on my head, I suppose. But caused me a lot of gray hair because it made a lot of it did some things with the Logitech profiler that I'd seen happen about maybe 6 months ago or so, and I don't know why it does that, and I don't know why the Microsoft updates have anything at all to do with Logitech. It shouldn't, but something changes in the way that Logitech identifies my G27, and it basically identifies it as another model, not the G27, but it says it's a G27, and the icon in the profiler looks different, as well as the pedals look different. Basically, the pedals that appear in the profiler don't have a clutch, and so trying to get my settings that I have custom set for the game is just impossible. And so I've had to do this before, but just basically have to uninstall the Logitech profiler and then just reinstall it. And thankfully, all of my settings and everything reappear each time. But it's a pain in the butt because I don't know about you, but you guys all know I'm a busy guy, making 6 videos a week, working 45 to 50 hours, and that's kind of on a light week if I'm not doing any traveling and that sort of thing. And when I come downstairs, usually with a cup of coffee in my hand, like it is right now, it's Saturday morning, come downstairs, I want to basically farm. I want to get things going. I need to get over on the wrong side of the road here, but I want to get ready to do whatever I need to do. If it's off camera setup work that I need to do, that's what I want to do. If it's basically fire up OBS and click record and start talking to you guys, that's what I want to do. I don't want to have to monkey around with spend 30 minutes or an hour or whatever messing about with things, um, if I can certainly avoid it. All right, so this is the first time that we have actually sold any grain here. So I'm guessing that we need to eventually move our header trailer back down to the main farm. It's set up here since the day that we bought it, and because we haven't really needed to use it and may not even need it to begin with. And I guess that's a completely different task if that actually ends up being the case. If we don't really need it, then I suppose I should just go ahead and sell the thing. All right, go ahead and sell our first load of grain, this being corn today, and seeing how much they're going to pay us for a load. So $25,387 for a load of corn. Not too bad, not too bad. We'll certainly take it. Well, I mean, we don't have much choice, do we? Come on, open up. These, I know in the real world, there are a lot of blind corners, a lot of blind intersections, things of that nature. I don't think that they are as prevalent in the real world as our wonderful, talented mod makers make them out to be in the virtual world. Um, I think that, and I don't know, of course, this map takes place in Scotland. Coldborough Park Farm, obviously in England. Other maps that I've played, regardless of where they happen to be set. I know that there are rules and regulations and health and safety, public safety, transportation safety type, regulations that are in effect that things like that usually get addressed, and it's not on every single intersection or every single turn where you got to really be careful about shrubs being in the way and pulling out, and of course the AI traffic in this game, and of course I still have AI traffic turned on Lawfolds. I ended up getting so frustrated with it in Coldborough Park Farm because you do use the main roads in Coldborough Park Farm a lot more than what I use the main road or the road where we have traffic on Lawfolds. But the AI traffic, and this isn't anything down to Bullet Bill or to the Stussy that developed this map. It's not in their control whatsoever. But AI traffic is just kind of horrendous. Let's just kind of have a look out here and see, make sure our hired help is still working, and she is. Fantastic. It's good. It's all good when a plan comes together, isn't it? I'm also trying my best to do multiple things in the videos. So I know maybe when I first got started doing YouTube videos of farm sim gameplay, I know that I may have kind of did one thing and did only one thing, and as I've tried to get my time format down to something that is not only meets the majority of the needs of those of you who watch. I can't make everyone happy, and I can't even try to do that. If I try to make everyone happy, I'm going to fail. So please understand that. And that applies for any of your other favorite YouTube folks as well. I know that a lot of folks are watching other channels, and I go out to like Simulate or to Landy Kid or Daggerwin, some of those folks, and you guys are asking for more videos and longer videos, shorter videos, videos about this, videos about that. We cannot, and I will speak for those guys only because I have learned this, I have grown to understand this, is that we cannot make everyone happy. um, Best we can do is be ourselves and do what we think makes us happy, because obviously we need to be having fun when we're doing this. If this becomes excuse me, if this becomes gets to a point to where that I wake up on a Saturday morning or Sunday morning, and I'm making my coffee and everything, and I say to myself, well, I'd rather go do this, but I feel obligated to go downstairs and record a farm sim video. If it gets to that point, and I hope that it doesn't, you guys are a wonderful audience, by the way. But I know that as I collect more and more viewers and subscribers, I know that the trolls and all those kind of things will eventually come along. Um, but I know that I've got a good, strong army of faithful followers, and you guys will help me keep those guys at bay. But in any event, we cannot please everybody, and you've got to understand that. I know a lot of folks are sort of planning to get their channels going and everything. If there's one piece of advice that I can give to you, which was given to me, um, is don't try to please everybody. Just do what you do, and people, if you build it, they will come. But anyway, I am trying to do different tasks. So sort of like with this episode, we finished up by emptying the combine, which, you know, I sort of went ahead and finished that field, but I didn't put it all away. And then fertilizing, and then obviously we've got a hired worker doing some plowing for us because I absolutely hate plowing. And now we're selling some of our corn. So, you know, I will try to do this. I will try to kind of keep things as interesting and entertaining for you as possible. That's, you know, my commitment to you and running my channel. But at the same time, as I've always said many times, you know, there is a story that's got to be told, and this is a agricultural based simulation game, and it involves animals, it involves crops, it involves, you know, maintenance on equipment and so on and so forth. And so you know, having said all of that, um, we just, you know, we just do what we do. And so things, you know, things will repeat themselves because obviously we've got multiple fields planted on this map, and we've got um, different, you know, we've got different crop types, and some crop types are duplicates. But you know, harvesting wheat versus harvesting, you know, corn, the only major difference is the header, and of course one leaves swath and one does not. Come on, open sesame. Um, and but you know, we try to do it as best as possible, and that is in the way. And the car's coming that way. Sometimes you just gotta come, just pull out sometimes and just say, all right, I've got insurance, it's good, it's paid up. All right, well, we are you know, we are fast approaching our half-hour mark, and I'm gonna start winding things down. I really appreciate you guys watching and commenting, and I try very hard. It's you know, I will say this, you know, um, it was a lot easier to keep up with comments and questions and things on the channel when I had 100 subscribers, 150 subscribers, 200 subscribers. Now we've passed the 300 mark. We're, I don't know, 315, 320 or so on the Saturday that I'm recording this. By the time you watch it, there'll probably be a few more, hopefully. And by the way, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you subscribing. But it is become a little harder, a little more time consuming. But again, if you build it, they will come. Philosophy, and I do try to acknowledge each and every comment. So I usually try to acknowledge that with a simple, at the minimum, thank you, or at least I will do the heart icon, which only I can trigger. You know, basically, you guys can give thumbs up and thumbs down to other comments on the YouTube channel, but only I can click the heart icon. And so, you know, but there have been times where, you know, either, and I mean, this is a YouTube issue. Everybody talks about this. All of the YouTube guys talk about this from time to time. That was a weird reflection that was coming through. But, you know, sometimes we just don't get the notifications about the comments. And especially on older episodes, I try to go through and manually check the new episodes, at least until a point where they're about aged about a week. But sometimes people will find videos and they will comment on a video from that I recorded maybe a month or so ago, and I may not get the notification of that. And if I don't, please accept my apologies because I've got several. Well, I've got over 100 videos, and I'm not making an excuse, but I do try to acknowledge and comment and answer your questions as best as possible, and that's my commitment to you, and I will continue to do that as best as I can, just because I think, you know, if you guys are going to take the time to like and comment and be subscribers of my channel, and if you have questions, then I feel like that, you know, I'm obligated not really obligated. That's really not the word I want to use. I enjoy. I actually do enjoy um, replying and acknowledging your comments. It's something I look forward to each morning when I wake up, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. But likewise, I mean, don't feel obligated that you've got to leave a comment on my videos. If you feel like making a comment, make a comment. If you're busy too, hey, I understand. So she is doing a fantastic job plowing this field, by the way, and I really appreciate the help from her, as well as all of the farm hands that we employ from time to time. So thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you will return again very soon to my Lawfolds series or my Colborough Park Farm series. 6 videos a week, Monday through Saturday. Taking Sunday off, at least not doing any video work on Sundays. So thank you all so much for your subscriptions and all that stuff, which I've already said before. So thank you. I'm going to end the video here before I start repeating myself even further. Thank you again for watching. Take care now, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.